At this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division. Yes, they started out by taking the long road all the way in the 8th place spot and started there for the first week plus of the season, but now they've jumped up to 7th place in the Central Division. After 8 games played, things are looking a little bit better. From 0-5 to 3-5, the Predators now have 6 points. They find themselves 10 points back of the Winnipeg Jets for first place in the Central Division. On the road, which is where the Predators' next game will take place against the Tampa Bay Lightning, the record of 1-1. The Predators have scored 21 goals this season. They've given up 28 against. They have a goal differential of -7. Now, before we get to previewing the Tampa Bay game, let's talk about the Central Division. The Winnipeg Jets currently in first place, as I've already mentioned. They are a perfect 8-0 on the season. They have 16 points and are 2 points clear of the Dallas Stars at 14. The Minnesota Wild find themselves in third place with 12 points. The St. Louis Blues in fourth place with 10 points. Then Utah has 9. Colorado has 8. The Predators with 6. The Chicago Blackhawks are in 8th and last place in the Central Division with 5 points on the season. For the Predators, a one-game road trip, a one-night stand in Tampa before coming on back home. They will have an extra day off this upcoming week, with this game being on a Monday evening. The Predators won't play again until Thursday. They'll host the Edmonton Oilers. That is Halloween. Saturday, they'll host the Colorado Avalanche for the first time this season. And on the 4th of November versus the LA Kings for the first time this season. Then back onto the road for the 6th and the 7th back-to-back on the road, Washington and Florida. Always a tough run through the Southeast. Washington and Florida, the first two up on that road trip. Now, for the Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning, Preds will be in Tampa Bay for their one and only trip coming up on Monday. Back home to face off against the Tampa Bay Lightning on November the 29th. That'll wrap up the 2-game series between these two teams. The Tampa Bay Lightning on the season are 5-3. They have 10 points. They're second overall in the Atlantic Division. On home ice, they have a record of 3-1. They've scored 31 goals for on the season. They've given up 24 goals against. That means they have a goal differential of +7. In their most recent stretch of action, let's go back and talk about their last 5. Let's go back to October the 19th, won't you? 5-4 loss at the Ottawa Senators on the 21st of October. A 5-2 loss at the Toronto Maple Leafs on the 22nd. The next night, an 8-5 win at New Jersey. The 24th of October saw a 4-2 loss versus Minnesota on home ice. And most recently on the 26th, a 3-0 win versus the Washington Capitals. Vasilevsky, 32 out of 32, gets the shutout and the victory. The rankings between these two clubs for the Nashville Predators, 2.63 goals per game, is 27th in the NHL. That slow start really still dragging some of these metrics down quite a bit. The Tampa Bay Lightning, however, the opposite, 3.88 goals per game, is 4th best in the NHL, and they are surging. They just scored 8 goals not 3 games ago, but they also have a 5, a 5, a 4 on there. So they are scoring plenty of goals. In the goals against category, 3.50 for Nashville is 24th rated in the NHL, while 3 even given up by the Tampa Bay Lightning is 10th best in the NHL. Shots for Predators remain at the tops of the league, 35.8. Impressive what they've been able to do with shot volume so far this season. And now they're adding victories to that, so it seems even better. Shots for Tampa Bay, 27.8 is 23rd overall in the NHL. In the shots against category, the Preds giving up 28.4 per game. That's 12th. Tampa Bay only giving up 26.9 shots against per game. That's 6th best in the NHL. So you've got the number 1 team for shots on goal in the Predators against the number 6 team for shots against in Tampa Bay coming up on Monday. We'll see which of the tug-of-war matchup wins in that one. When it comes to special teams, the Tampa Bay Lightning have the better power play by percentage, 17.9% conversion rate. That's 19th best in the NHL, but the same amount of conversions, 5 out of 28 for Tampa Bay, 5 out of 29 for Nashville, but the Predators find themselves at 21st rated in the NHL. 17.2% is their conversion rate. On the penalty kill, Predators drastically ahead of Tampa Bay in this particular metric. The Nashville Predators are the second best penalty kill in the league this season so far through the first 8 games. 2 power play goals against is a very good number. 92.3% is their kill rate. The Tampa Bay Lightning are at a 71.4% kill rate. That's 27th in the league. They've given up 8 power play goals against on the season. Every single team in the NHL is stacked and loaded with individual superstars. We always like to run down the top 5 individual scores. Then we talk about the goaltending matchup, potential goaltending matchup. Forsberg leads this Nashville Predators team in scoring, is maintaining a point-per-game pace as he did almost all of last season. Now he is continuing on into this season. 4 goals, 4 assists, for 8 points. It was the balance that also, the consistency and the balance that entered Forsberg's game last year that allowed him to have such an exceptional offensive season. O'Reilly's at 2 goals and 5 assists for 7 points. Jonathan Marchessault's at 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points. Brady Shea is at 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points. And Luke Evangelista is at a goal and 4 assists for 5 points. So you see Marchessault and Shea on the list. The 2 of the 3 big signings coming into this season are in the top 4 in scoring for this Nashville Predators team through the first 8 games. Steven Stamkos, the only name you're not hearing. He is struggling so far making the change. But this Tampa Bay game we're previewing right now, that could go a long way to helping Steven Stamkos get that electricity going. And yes, I meant that on purpose. And then on the other side of the statistics for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Kucherov continues just having phenomenal numbers. 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points so far through 8 games. Hagel's at 6 goals and 4 assists for 10 points. Sorelli's at 1 and 9 for 10. Hedman out there on the blue line, 2 goals and 6 assists for 8 points. And Paul, 2 and 6 for 8. Potential goaltender matchup sees UC Saros back in net after Wedgwood got the last start, a record of 2 and 4 on the season. Goals against a 2.74 save percentage of 908. 1 shutout so far this year for UC Saros. Vasilevsky coming off of a shutout where he made 32 saves against the Washington Capitals. Has a record of 4 and 3 on the season, 2.64 goals against average, 8.96 save percentage. And Saros versus Vasilevsky is always an outstanding goaltending matchup for these two teams when they get after each other. That's going to do it for the preview. That's got you all set up for the Nashville Predators one-night stand in Tampa Bay against the Tampa Bay Lightning. 3-game winning streak, momentum on their side. Can the Predators continue moving forward? Steven Stamkos is about to have one big emotional roller coaster in this one. We'll see how it affects him and how he comes out the other side. Could be the huge breakout night that Predators fans are looking for. That would, of course, be to the horror of Tampa Bay fans who cheered him on for so many years. But being back in the rink that he knows best, being back in the city that he knows best from his career, may spark Steven Stamkos to get going in the right direction. All right, Reverb Sports full game recaps coming up next right here on the Renegades Puck Podcast.